The Internet is a fascinating and complex medium that transmits untold amounts of information every day. For many of us, the Internet is now a necessity in our everyday lives. In just the past 10 years, the world has radically transformed. Many of us take this technology for granted. But what really happens when you click search? We asked David Baldwin, a senior network engineer and Internet expert, about the beginnings of the Internet.
I guess if you really want to know how the Internet got started, you have to go back to a paper written by J.C.R. Licklider. He worked for DARPA, and he basically wrote a paper about how in his office he had 3 terminals that he had to use in order to talk to 3 different individuals throughout the United States because of the different types of systems there were. In order to talk to them, he had to get on one terminal for one of them and the other for the other and connect up and talk to them. And then he stated that if you got these 3, why can't you have one that does all of it? And then from there, ARPANET got started. And, well, the ARPANET project main goal was basically to make it so that multiple computers can talk regardless of who manufacturing, whether it be IBM, Apple, etc., and make them so they can talk to each other, understand each other. And that is basically why it was revolutionary, is getting all those groups together into one big network. Once it got started, it pretty much spread like wildfire throughout other countries, and once it started going through the countries, it went into the commercial market, and now we have what we have today.
So in the beginning, what was the setup of this network? Basically, there were 3 components. Routers, switches, and regular old telephone wires comprised the hardware portion. These wires connected 4 major universities on the west coast of the United States: UCLA, Stanford, the University of Utah, and UC Santa Barbara. Once the basic structure was in place, the network grew exponentially. Let's turn to Adam Howard, Senior Server Administrator, to find out who used this network.
Basically, any data information that was needed for war-related material, documents, anything that they needed to transfer from that point A to C or point A to B in a fast amount of time. So.
Now you have found out some more about the technology behind the Internet. But what happens when you click search?
After that, when you click search, what happens is Google, they use their technology. I think it's patented. It's some kind of pigeon search engine or something like that, which is basically a high-level web crawler. Which basically they gather everything that is put out there, which the web crawler goes out and gathers everything on the web servers, and then from there it takes a poll or a ranking of what is the highest ranked site. So what consumer actually went to this web page the most, and so then it brings it all together to give you the highest, most reliable result. So I mean, that's what Google does. And so you type in Peter Pruitt, and and then it goes out there, and then it gives you the highest ranked Peter Pruitt site out there available, that people have been going to.
Now you have learned the basics about the architecture of the Internet. We hope this topic has been interesting. Don't ever take any click for granted again.